Do you know Valentine's Day means Lover Day? You must have listened about Valentine's Day. You might have celebrated Valentine's Day. What is the reality of Valentine's Day? It is right or wrong to celebrate Valentine's Day? Who started celebrating Valentine's Day? And what is the reality of Valentine's Day? Do you know why 14th February is named as Valentine's Day? And who was Valentine? We will know about all these questions in this video. Welcome in our channel Facty Facts. 17 years ago, Valentine's Day was started celebrating means when there was Christianity in Rome. When it was Roman Empire, 17 years ago, in middle of February, there was a procedure in Rome that they used to celebrate a day which was named as Spiritual Love Day. At this day, they would worship their God to express their spiritual love with their God. After that, the Greek king Claudius II ascended means Valentine, starting preaching Christianity. He reached Rome in era of Claudius II, and Valentine was preaching Christianity. It was a Medicity era, and every person had illegal relationship with women, while no one was allowed to get married in Rome. So Valentine started making cancelled marriages in Rome. Claudius announced that soldiers are needed for war. Next day, Claudius noticed that less people have come to recruit an army because many people have gotten married, so because of their wives and children, they did not want to go to army. So Claudius ordered to know the matter. Claudius noticed that Valentine is having people to get married. So Claudius got angry and put Valentine to jail. When Valentine was in jail, he met jailer's daughter and fell in love for her. Jailer asked him to leave Christianity, then he can marry his daughter, but he denied, and Valentine was hanged on 217 AD. Unexpectedly, it was 14th February, and Roman people was already celebrating 14th February as God Love Day, means spiritual love with their God. The Roman Empire accepted Christianity while they used to celebrating this day, so they named this day Saint Day. It was Christianity in Rome, so on 15th February there would be a giveaway. In that giveaway, men and women would participate. Men at one side and women at other. Whose name had come out, they was allowed to have sexual relationship for 1 year. After 1 year, either they wished to get married or not. When Christianity knew about all this immorality, in Christianity fornication was not allowed, so they banned. After that, this day was not mentioned for enough year. Suddenly in 17th century, many stories were written on this day, and this day got much fame. So this day means 14th February was named as Love Day. The people used to express their love to their brother, sister, mother, father, and relatives. They thought that Valentine was a good person, and Valentine had people to get married. In 19th century, this day crossed all limit of immorality, and this day was called as Lover's Day. Although this day's custom came from Eastern nation to Muslim countries, if we think it is celebrated on 14th February and exactly after 9 months, Children's Day is celebrated. Eastern nation, although their religions are different and they are not in Islamic criteria, so on 14th February they celebrated. It does not mean that Muslim countries should also celebrate. This day is celebrated in many Muslim countries with much zeal, spirit, immorality and immorality than other Eastern countries, especially in Pakistan. If the media is said to be responsible for immorality in Muslim countries, so it won't be wrong. There was two reasons to promote this day in Islamic countries. First reason is to expand liberalism in youth, and second one is although in 17th century this day was promoted enough, so things such as flower, diamond chain, ring and chocolate and other things was sold at this day. Because of this Valentine's Day, fornication is increased highly and much pornography was born. It is right that Allah has given a sense of love to human beings. If a person expresses his love to her wife, so why can't he express it in holy year? Is it a specific day to express love? We should love Allah and His Prophet instead of these immorality festivals. We should love to recite the Holy Quran, which is the last book of Allah. We should love our parents. We You won't get anything by celebration these festivals, and this day is celebrated to expel pornography and immorality. At many places dance parties are arranged. The celebration of this day is taboo. Think for a minute. Will you allow your sister to celebrate it? The Prophet, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, said, "The person who lies the nation, they will be counted by them. That man will be with him whom he loves on the day of judgment." Think about it. See what people think about Valentine's Day in UK.
What does Valentine's Day mean to you? What does Valentine's Day mean to you? What does Valentine's Day mean to you? What does Valentine's Day mean to you?
Just another day. We don't do anything that day, no.
Valentine's Day, it doesn't mean nothing to me.
Nothing really.
It means nothing to me.
Nothing, bro. It's just another day that the Christians and the Kuffar celebrate.
I think it's a pagan holiday.
It's all cultural, but to me personally it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything to me because I don't celebrate it as a Muslim.
To me, it's just a culturally influenced sort of day. I've got nothing to do with it. I don't look at it as a means to celebrate, even if you are married.
I think when you're younger, you fall for, all the media hype and as a teenager, Valentine's Day, you have misconceptions in your mind. But I was saying to your brother earlier on, if you have a basic understanding from Islam, you know that these sort of beliefs are haram, more or less, and there's no real ifs or buts.
My view on Valentine's Day is that it's totally a waste of time. If you want to express your love, express it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
And I think people who celebrate Valentine's Day are normally people who are not married, and so that fundamentally is something that's wrong within itself. In Islam, you should be married. If you're going out with someone, that in itself is haram.
Personally, for me, it's haram. Obviously, it's a pagan tradition.
Shouldn't try imitate any of the kuffar in any way.
It means nothing to me.
Yeah, it's the same. It means nothing to me either. I just think it's just another day, and people commit sins on that day.
And Valentine's Day is not from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and it's not in the Quran. So I don't think any young Muslim people should be taking part in it.
I'd say that Valentine's Day is not just any old day to celebrate. I'd say if you love someone, show that every day. Don't just limit it to one day. So no, I don't support Valentine's Day at all. I believe it comes from a Christian sort of culture, so I tend to avoid that as well.
Islamically, it's not right. I personally just learned that a couple of years back.
It's not there in Hadith or Quran or anywhere that somebody mentioned it, our elders, so we can follow it. It's not part of our religion or Islam or anything, so we shouldn't be celebrating it. That's all I can say.
Brothers and sisters, they just commit sins for no reason, when they should know that this day is it's normal. It's nothing. It means nothing to us. It's just an extra day of making more sins and committing more sins for no reason.
Very nice quote, and basically what it says is, desires make slaves out of kings, and patience makes kings out of slaves.
So brother, do you have any advice for any Muslims who are participating in Valentine's Day?
Pray, and that's it, man. That's it.
Brothers and sisters, please, I'd advise you not to celebrate Valentine's Day as much as you can. I mean, obviously we want to save ourselves from the hellfire. We don't want to go into the hellfire.
Valentine's Day is something that the non-believers do. They don't take part in Eid, they don't take part in Ramadan. Valentine's Day isn't even just a normal celebration. It's a celebration about lust and haram and fitna. So I would all recommend that you stay away from it, inshallah.
I would explain to them mostly, what they're doing is wrong and not to celebrate it, because at the end of the day, it's nothing to celebrate about. It's just a normal day.
Well, I would say to all the brothers and sisters to don't do that. That's because it's haram. Main thing is a haram is we're not allowed to do that.
Otherwise, I would recommend them to someone who knows more about it, so they have a better understanding.
I would say the young Muslims, I know you're living in a tough time. There's a lot of media. You go to college and you have to dress a certain way. Perceive things to be a certain way. I would say be patient.
So just generally please don't participate in something that's kafir as well. I mean, we try to set an example that Islam is a distinct religion. It's a way of life, not a way of pagan life.
Don't become a part of that day, and because we need to put an example for the world.
They shouldn't give in to pressure. Further down the line, it may be now, it may be 20, 30 years down the line, that you will regret it. There's going to come to a point where you're going to want to get on your deen and you're going to sort your life out and you're going to regret it. So just don't give in to pressure.
Personal thought on this, that it's an absolutely waste of time. These unnecessary timings and things you're wasting on other people, it's ridiculous. Are you going to be with that person forever? No, you're not. If you are going to be with someone, then be with the man that you are going to marry.
Just avoid it. Not commit, not to get involved in it in any way, and just, if you do it, repent.
I would stress and encourage all the brothers and sisters who participate in this act to obviously encourage themselves, but as Muslims I think we should spread the message of what Valentine's is and what it shouldn't be, and we should encourage what Islamic history is, and as a Muslim what we should and what we shouldn't be doing.
Well, astaghfirullah, you shouldn't be going out celebrating specifically Valentine's Day, let alone being in a relationship anyway. Advice would be, akhiz, ukhtiz, if you're in a relationship, make it halal inshallah as soon as possible. There's no point doing haram, and we all know the outcome. Inshallah, may Allah bless us all and guide us to the straight path.
Try your best not to, because it's haram. And if you know it's haram, you should stay away from it.
To be honest, I'll just say go and get married, inshallah. So, marriage fulfills half your deen as well. So, Valentine's Day is just another day you're going to regret one day.
But why are you going to celebrate that day? For what reason? Okay, if you love someone, go straight to marry her.
Yeah, we should get married, everyone, who ain't married yet.
Keep it halal.
Just so, we can stay away from temptation. And
Nikah is a minute thing, let's not make it long. Valentine's Day, if you're really going to celebrate the fact that you're going to do your nikah, innit?